Hey guys, and welcome back to the Money Game with AC. In this channel, we'll talk about stocks, but we'll also talk about money, how to make it, how to grow it, and how to protect it. I want to cover SOS Limited. Yesterday on my video when I was, after hours when the share price of SOS or SOS, whatever you want to call it, personally I choose to call it SOS Limited. So please don't judge me in the comment section because I didn't pronounce it the way you want it to pronounce, okay? So SOS Limited jumped almost 35% after hours yesterday. And this was following a post on Reddit, which has been deleted by the way, because we want SEC to use that, to potentially use that against us as publicly colluding in order to buy stock or to pump the price. So that following, we were expecting AMC, SOS Limited to jump almost, between 7, 8, potentially $10 a share today, but it didn't happen. And personally, I think one of the main reasons behind it, in my opinion, again, it's paper hands. A lot of people bought SOS above $5, above $6, anyway, above $4. And this was back in February, back in January. So since then, since the market started today and it jumped all the way to 620 at a point, those back holders pretty much they sold because they don't want to deal with all the shadiness around the company with all these lawsuits, which I think are not as legit as they seem to be, because they claim that the company is a fake company, is a shell company, pretty much not being what it sounds or it says it will. So those people sold in order to cut the losses, or they came flat in their in the cash balance, profit balance, and decided to jump out the boat. So that may be one of the reasons I see the reason why we didn't jump really all the way like AMC and GameStop did a couple of months ago. But in the other hand, it's just the beginning, because if you read the post on Reddit, it clearly mentions that the whole game plan is for this entire week. So all the way through next week, we have 5 days in order to really push the share price or push the shorts outside in order to cover. That will create the really short squeeze on SOS. But let's look at first, before getting into what I prepared for this video, let's get into where, besides this whole Reddit attack, where the share price of SOS Limited was. So back in February, it was around $2. $2. And then SOS Limited is a company that is doing initially cloud emergency services. So these are their website. They do internet insurance, vehicle rescue service, financial rescue services, basic cloud services, stuff like that. And on the side, they decided to jump into blockchain mining, and that's where they really took off, back in early February, March, really to that $15 mark, and then came back all the way down to $8. And it was doing pretty fine because a lot of stocks like Mara or Riot or even Ken were also following the same pattern. They jumped all the way around here when Bitcoin went through the roof around 58, 55, or even 50K, and then settled down a little bit. But lately, there have been some attacks of those shorts who targeted companies, Chinese companies involved into blockchain mining, because this is a strategy. I think some of us think these shorts are putting into place in order to scare retailers or scare investors to get out and will tank the share price, and that's how they will make the money. But the company is actually preparing, a revolt. And also there was a $125 million direct offering initiated last week, and I think was supposed to be ended this week or yesterday, but we haven't read anything from the company so far, and we believe they will have a press release on April 14th. So as we can read here on this article from Benziga, this whole thing started because we really think that the share price, the fair value price of this company with Bitcoin at the actual prices, or they are, consolidating around $57,000, $58,000, they should be around, at least the tens, and it's not the case because of only the shorts attack. So April 14th is really the date where we are expecting a press release from the company around closing, and raising the capital in order to be one of the biggest mining rigs. This is here, right here, the mining rigs and the technology, the hydroelectricity they use behind the mining. So giving them a competitive edge around other companies. So this is actually the main reason why the Reddit guys are thinking this is unfair from the shorts to actually attack the share price of this company, because you are just trying to make money off of scaring people. Okay, so that's the whole story behind SOS Limited so far. And I think personally, the fact that they did raise some money via the equity offering at $5 a share is actually something good on the long run, because they will use that money, according to what they said initially, to really invest into the business, and the business will be then much more profitable, which in return will be a good sign of profit for the shareholders. And that's why I bought my SOS shares even way before the direct offering. So since I'm here for the long term, because I really think Bitcoin soars towards 100, 500, $1 million, a token, companies that are involved into the same ecosystem like SOS, like Riot, like Mara will definitely also soar. Maybe now there will be a lot more volatile because of the lack of regulatory around this asset as a class. But guys, if you think about it, they will benefit huge from this. Now, if you look at the short interest of SOS Limited, it's around 47%, which is insane, which is just insane. And looking at now this report on Fintel, the short share availability is now back to 1750,000. This morning it was at zero. Like 0.000 none. And then the short volume ratio is 8%. Just to tell you guys, there are still a strong setup and a strong chance for this stock or this stock to squeeze, even besides the whole Reddit movement. The whole Reddit movement is just here to catalyst, give kind of a boost of the squeeze that is already set up, according to my opinion, to happen. Now, I may be wrong, because no one can predict the future. But given the fact that I have now, and given my little research I did on this company and this stock so far, I really think this is something that can potentially continue to rise as the company clears out all the details around the share offering being done and what they intend to do as guidance now that they raised those $125 million so far. All right, guys, let me know what you guys are thinking about SOS, what you guys are thinking about doing tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then.